Alright, maybe another comments video, and some of this Wikipedia stuff I'll throw in. Yeah, I'll have to come up with a new title, I guess, some sort of abbreviated title, you know, for the update videos. So, they've closed all the discussion, and, you know, so everything's just the way it is. You know, my account is useless. It's not really an account. They leave it there just for pretense, I guess. But it's totally useless and dead. And so are all the links. So these 15 links have all been deleted now. They're all gone. So I showed up 4 days ago or whatever it was, posted one more link in here, and now all of this is gone. So they've just censored all these links. And I must say, I mean, I did visit a couple of these. This is an incredibly, some of this shit is, there it is, external links, nothing. So an administrator has done that. Wiped out all the links, not just the non-mainstream links, but the regular links. They're gone too. So the links here to these math pages, I don't even know what these math pages are, but they're fucking well written. That's all I got to say, man. So I'll show you this one of these pages here. So Nicholas Faro and Cause of Gravity. This is a really well written, you know, it goes through the whole thing, his relationship with Newton, his whole religious nuttery later, all that kind of stuff. Has you know, real excerpts from letters between Newton and him. Really, I think the article was actually written based in substance on a lot of the crap in here. So anyway, it's not a signed document. It's just this math pages place. But anyway, just a great resource. Better than the wiki article. Okay, and yeah, delete it now. Right? And again, what's my crime here? Why was my account broken, destroyed, effectively destroyed? Regarding your edits, and then there's 3 edits listed here. They're not my edits. Okay? Let's say, and he shows as, so he says, regarding your edits as this IP address, not my IP address. Please be aware that Wikipedia's policy regarding sock puppetry. Do not log out just to vandalize as an IP address editor. So it's clearly he's making this accusation that I did this. I ask, are you making some kind of accusation here? Question mark. If so, how about I sue you for malicious defamation? I have made no edits outside this account. So I just verify I haven't made any edits outside the account. And I just point out that it's preposterously rude for you to accuse me of crap with absolutely no evidence, because there can't be any evidence because I didn't do it. And then his answer is a strong suspicion based on so-called duck test. And they actually have a duck test. And then he does this about suing and post links to these 2 things. But that's it. That's all I said. I didn't say anything more than that. And they blocked my account. So just saying, are you making some kind of accusation here? If so, how about I sue you for malicious defamation? I have made no edits outside this account. So asserting that I have made no edits outside this account gets me blocked. Right? Right. You know, and what do they say here? You know? So I say, your editor makes slanderous accusations on this page. You have no right to protect slander. I guess I should say libel. And if your editors make any other remarks while you have disabled my right to reply, I will sue you, as is my legal American right. Okay? You are more than welcome to pursue whatever legal means you feel is necessary. Well, if that's the only option you're going to give me, then okay, that's what I'll do. However, you are not permitted to edit Wikipedia until legal matters are resolved. Well, then there's no point in me having an account, right? Isn't that the way it works? So you're just basically saying, look, there's no choice. We're going to abuse you, and your only option is going to be to sue us, because we're not going to say we're sorry or we're wrong or any of that shit. We're just going to say, fuck you. Well, I'm going to say, fuck you, is what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'll keep making, look, for the next 2 weeks I'll decide, and I'll just keep making videos pointing out that Wikipedia is a piece of suck. An absolute piece of fucking suck. This is how they treat people. They're obviously censors. They obviously don't give a shit about the truth or facts. They wipe out links. All these people have their links annihilated. And it's significant to have these links on here. Does not fuck around. Google's #1 search result's going to be this Wikipedia page on this subject. And these links are going to be indexed by Google and given priority because they're on this page. That's a fact. Alright? All these people have a vested, they have a real interest in being on this page. And these fuckers just wiped them all out. Glibly. To attack me. Is there any other explanation? 4 days ago, these 15 links exist. Now they don't exist. Why? Because I posted one more link. And to make their standards rational, they had to wipe out all these others because they're not all peer-reviewed either. Perfectly good links. They're not spam pages, they're not advertising pages, they're none of that shit. They're theories espoused by people and explained by people. And now they're gone. They're invisible again. Because the censors have decided more information's a bad thing. Less is better. Let's just give them what Michio Kaku says is the truth. And that's it. Feynman says so, right? And they got 3 links to Feynman here, and all 3 links are to the same fucking, you know, sloppy little fucking TV show he did, right? Televised lectures, right? There was TV camera, microphone he was actually, you know, wearing. He knew it was a television recording, the lecture. It's a fucking TV show. So anyway, now that I've said that, they'll probably get rid of that. Well, they probably should. So, because it's a bullshit. You know, it isn't anything of a fucking argument. It's a fucking casual, superficial treatment, and really doesn't deserve to be listed as some sort of debunking of anything. So anyway, this really fucking pisses me off. So anyway, the other thing that was kind of funny, right, is, you know, one of the appeals I filed, it went to the very guy who was having me researched. So this is the big joke here, right? So I post this administrator's notice board thing, right? I didn't post the notice board thing. I posted a notice on a different notice board. And here's the guy. This is the guy here. So this is the guy that was one of the guys who was trying to have my IP address researched. And he's the guy that handled the appeal. So you appeal to somebody who has already a bigoted opinion. What sense does that make? Oh, I'm going to go to appeal to a guy with a bigoted opinion. He's already prejudiced against me. And then they suspend my ability to appeal any further. What the fuck is this? I mean, you just can't get any more bullshit than this, can you? This is just complete bullshit. So anyway, alright, to the comments. Really disgusting. Alright, anyway, so this guy has a bunch of trashy, he's changed his icon twice now. There is about $1.2 trillion in U.S. currency in circulation. Yeah, I know that. I've posted links to it, you jackass. I'm the one, I'm actually watching it every month, just to watch to see if it ticks up. The top depository institutions buy currency from the Federal Reserve banks when they need to meet customer demand. And they deposit cash at the Fed. That's not how it works. When they have more than they need to meet customer demand. That's not how it happened, okay? There's $5 trillion in the reserve accounts, retard. Okay? There's no point in posting a link to this Fed document. This is how the Fed worked 10 years ago. It doesn't work that way anymore. They've now put money in the Federal Reserve accounts so the banks, as insurance, as collateral, so the banks could buy a bunch of junk off the market. So they bought junk bonds, number one, and then resold them with a guarantee, FDIC insured guarantee, which is hilarious, at that part of the whole bailout for the bankers. And they bought a bunch of bonds, okay, with banker digits. The banks bought the bonds. We didn't give the banks any real money. We gave them Federal Reserve notes in the reserve accounts. $5 trillion worth of purchases. Get it? And if those reserve money goes out to the banks without us selling the bonds to take the money out of the reserve account, then it's printed money, retard. And this number goes from 1.2 trillion to some other much higher number. And that's exactly my point. The reason why the dollar still has value is because there's only $1.2 trillion in circulation. It's a tiny amount of money. It's 1/20th of our national debt. It's 1.05% of the amount of personal debt. Idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. No, you don't know what you're talking about. You can go fuck yourself, you stupid piece of shit. Fuck. You idiot. Alright, another video, nothing, no activity. They should be blocked automatically. I mean, I should just be able to block anybody who has no activity. I should just be able to say, block him. If you don't make anything public, block them. Fuck that. What have you been doing on the internet, asshole? Goodbye. Alright, another one. It's ironic you're talking about censorship while blocking another user. So you really think that's a rational comment? That it's censorship if I stop you from forcing me to read your comments? I can't force you to watch my videos, can I? Can I put my videos on your page and force you to watch them? No. So you're here by force. You're saying, here, I'm going to force myself in front of you. You didn't come to hear my comments. You didn't come to hear what I had to say. You didn't voluntarily press any button to say, I want to listen to that guy's bullshit. No. And you come here with this rude, obnoxious crap. You don't come here being respectful. Now, if you have some evidence that I've ever posted trash comments on somebody's video, well, then you have a fucking argument about some hypocrisy. But I would expect if I showed up on somebody's video and trash talked in the comments section that they would block me, that they'd say, you're a rude motherfucker. I have no obligation to deal with you. Did you invite yourself? Did you do anything to say I'm somebody you should listen to? There's reason why you should respect me? No. You just shove your fucking shit in front of me and say, here, deal with it. I'm going to shit in your living room. Well, fuck you. I don't accept that. You can take that and shove it. I haven't blocked you from being on YouTube. I'm not stopping you from making videos, am I? You have full functionality of the website, don't you? That's right. I don't have any functionality at Wikipedia. You can't see the difference? You're honestly going to say you can't realize the difference between these two things? You're too fucking stupid then, aren't you? Yes, you are. Alright, so another guy to say goodbye to. Well, at least he has some activity, right? So let's see. Hey guys, look at my girlfriend. I'm your cousin. Okay, that's clever. PJ Media. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Apocalypse Cowboy. Too fascinating. Look at that. One of my solutions videos. Radiohead. I don't know what this shit is. So, but anyway, goodbye. Asshole. We will be done. There. So I'll stay out of your face, you stay out of my face. How about that? Yep. Sounds like a good idea. Okay, goodbye to that fucker. Okay, Walter again. Good. Walter's such a moron. You didn't read the terms of service very well. Let me paraphrase for you. I read them well enough. When you post content on their website, you implicitly agree to the terms of service. Implicitly. Look, there's probably all kinds of court cases about that, actually, you know, that you can't have in the terms of service, you know, that people don't read. Something like, yeah, we get to eat your children on barbecue Sunday. You know, you can't put stupid things in them. They have to be things that people would expect to be in the terms of service. And if there's something that a reasonable person wouldn't expect to be in the terms of service, then you have to actually say the fucking thing. So if it's not like something you would reasonably expect to be in the terms of service, then you actually have to make sure you say it somewhere in front of people's face before they sign there and say yes. How is this difficult concept for you to understand? Yep. The irony of the entire debacle is how you called out your buddy Thunderfoot. Yet the irony of this entire debacle is how you called out your buddy Thunderfoot. How's he my buddy? In his YouTube terms of service violations. I don't even know what you're talking about. No, I don't. Do you not adhere to the rules yourself? I don't know what that means. You know, the rules are you're not supposed to take other people's content and fuck with it. That seems like a civilization kind of rule. Are you an exception? Again, point out how I've done something that I'm saying is wrong and that I've done it. You won't be able to do that, fuckhead. No, you want to play the game of pseudoscientist. Yeah, whatever. You want to bet like $1 billion that I'm not going to be the pseudoscience when this is all over? Shithead. I mean, you're another guy that just needs to have his head pissed on. When I'm as famous as Einstein, you know, really, people will do it for me. So I'll have them piss at least on your grave. Yeah, go find this guy's grave and piss. And act as if you're above the rules. Again, how did I act as if I'm above a rule? I made a comment having no fucking idea yeah, that you had some wacky rule that people can't assert their constitutional rights in your forum, that somehow I don't have constitutional rights anymore because I'm on Wikipedia. Oh, I get it. And I didn't even, again, say anything aggressive in the sense that I said, are you actually accusing me of something? If so, I'll do what I have to do. So I gave him the option of saying, no, I'm not making a false accusation. But instead he gave me some kind of quack like a duck shit. So you think that's going to work in court? You think a judge, when I have the judge ask this guy, well, what exactly did you have that was duckish? And he's going to say, well, there was links and only it was like just like him. So when I got crank calls today, right, crank phone calls, should I assume it was you, Walter? So if I make a public statement that Walter Jerky Jackass fucking called me today, it'd be okay because it quacked like a duck? The crank caller was pretending to be a black guy, which is kind of, you know, urbanite. One of them. You know, well, the morning guys they were just funny. The afternoon guy was, I mean, he threatened to kill me and all that kind of stuff. Should I assume it's you, Walter? Was it you threatening to kill me, Walter? No, I won't ask, was it you? I'll just say it was you. So I'll publicly say, Walter threatened to kill me today. And then I'll be able to go to a judge and say that was an honest statement. Because he quacked like a duck. Walter doesn't like me, so yeah, who else would it be? You people are just out of control. Go ahead. We'll see how far that gets you in life. Well, we'll see how far your bullshit gets Wikipedia, okay? Because I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going away. So we'll see how far it gets you fuckers. And like I say, if it turns out I'm goddamn right, I'm not pseudoscience, but I'm super scientist. If that turns out to be the goddamn truth, don't think I'm going to forget. Okay, all you wonderful, charming motherfuckers who did everything you could to stand in my fucking way. All you fucking goddamn censoring motherfucking conversation blockers, truth blockers, okay, you fascist, motherfucking bigoted suppressors of knowledge, that you're the ones stood in the goddamn way. No wonder why science doesn't advance. It's because fucktards like you are going to try to stop it wherever you can. You're going to fucking wipe out 15 fucking links, right, to accomplish your preserve the status quo agenda. We see how far it gets you in life. Undocumented science, no credentials, nothing. Well, again, it's not my fault that I don't have any of that shit, in a sense. I'm asking for it. Look, I'll pay. I've said I'll pay $1,000 right now. But to tell you the truth, if Nature or some other publication is willing to watch my videos, I'll pay them $5,000. Right? So it's not like I'm not willing to pay for this stupid goddamn fucking peer review. I defy a scientist with a goddamn degree and a reputation to sit there and point out how I'm fucking wrong. Because guess what? He's not going to be able to do it with anything like a rational argument. Fuck you, Walter. I'll let you keep talking, though, because you're good evidence for court. Thank you for keep providing more evidence. All right, that's okay. So this is the guy on the dollar shit some more. That's what I said. That is what I meant when I wrote the problem with the dollar. Well, again, there's not a problem with the dollar, blah, 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 blah. You can say the liabilities, but that's not what you said. I never wrote anything about inflation and all that other stuff. Well, that's your own problem, right? Because you don't understand that the dollar has a whole dam of inflation hanging over its head. Okay, the inflation is being suppressed by zero interest rates and all the other shenanigans and the games they're playing. But the inflation is waiting to fall on all of us. You were saying something about being surprised that it still hasn't gone under. Yeah, I'm surprised that they've been able to just engineer this worldwide, let's pretend we're all financially stable. They won't let anybody go bankrupt, because if they let anybody go bankrupt, the whole thing is going to fall apart. So they just keep buying each other's crap. I mean, Germany's buying insanely worthless fucking European bonds. Why are they doing it? Oh, that's right, because they don't have a choice. Because if they don't do it, the whole thing falls into shit. I was speculating that the reason is because there is not a convenient or sound alternative to the dollar that does not have the same liabilities. There's not an alternative to any. They're all, yes, they're all shit. But the point is the only thing that makes the dollar unshit is that at least the dollar hasn't been printed in excess, and that makes a big difference. Imagine if some other currency like the euro did not have the same liabilities. I imagine it would put a lot of pressure on the dollar because it can buy people the same things without the liability. Right, well, there obviously isn't such a thing. There isn't such a currency that's free of the doom of not having any revenues to pay for the infrastructure of the country. So it has to be the only country that could be immune is one that has absolutely no social services whatsoever, so they could actually still function without any tax revenues. Since something like this doesn't exist in all the major currencies, they're more or less the same boat. There is not much pressure for change. Again, the point isn't about pressure for change. The point is how do they keep suppressing the bankruptcies, right? Who would have thought the government would have gone into the business of buying junk bonds, right? Absolute junk. I mean, bonds that are worth nothing. Packaging them and FDIC insuring them. So that the person who's now, there's people actually now buying equities that are FDIC insured. So it's like going to Las Vegas and being guaranteed that if you lose money, we'll give you your money back. So if you win money, you get to keep it. If you lose money, we'll give you your money back. That's what they did. Now, who would have thought something that preposterous they could get away with that? I would have never imagined they could get away with that. And like rational people would say, oh yeah, that's just good economic policy. It's insane economic policy. The point is that if left without any pressure, it could be really a long time before anything bad happens. Well, like you keep saying, okay, you can say it's going to be a really long time. I'm saying it's going to be any day now. This thing's just going to explode because it's all made out of crap. They just keep printing fake money from banks, bank digits, and giving it to the rich people and say, look, you're richer because we just gave you some more bank digits. And none of it is collateralized. None of it is realizable. They can't get the money out of the stones, right? They can't get the blood out of the stones. It ain't going to happen. There's no way people are going to work for 20 years in a gulag for free. People aren't going to do it, especially in a country that has 3 million guns. There's no fucking way the people are going to go to work for 10 cents a day for 20 years to pay back the debt. Some places in the EU or Japan have debt problems that are much worse than the US, yet they still run, right? And they run on what? Okay, printing more fake money. But it's got to come to roost as soon as, like I said, as soon as the bankruptcy chain reaction begins, they'll never be able to stop it. In my opinion, a rival monetary system has a very good chance of being that trigger. I don't think there is a rival monetary system. And with the way things are developing in China, their way will be a viable alternative within a decade or two. I don't know how China could be a viable anything because it is doubly bankrupt. Shit. They can't squeeze any more productivity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they've got overproduction at starvation wages. Overproduction at starvation wages. There's no way to make any real progress. It's the Marxism over the cliff thing. Okay, Karl Marx explained this kind of thing. Once you drive it all the way to the bottom, you've driven wages all the way to the bottom, you've driven production all the way to the maximum, you're fucked. There's no place to go, but you're fucked. There's no way to make any real progress or real money. Make sure, so anyway, I think I'll respond to you. Make sure you copy their statements about you. Yes, I've done that. Yeah, I'd rather just subpoena it all, though. It would be much more fun writing up the subpoenas. I think it's surprising, yeah, and all, yes, okay, yes, and all their real identities. I'll know all of that. Fun. I think it's surprising that a philosopher such as yourself would find a question about epistemology to be stupid. I'm just saying it's a stupid question to say what is knowledge, okay? It's information, okay? And obviously knowledge would be a class of information, like accurate information. And information is just description. I mean, I answered your question, didn't I? I'm just saying it seems like a stupid question to me. All right? Information is an arrangement of symbolic representations of concepts and ideas, and those are made of properties. Okay, it's all just properties and categories. Okay, we create a category, categories list properties, and when you make a category, that can be something's property. You get it? So it's circular. So that's what it is. It's a filtering of a description of reality. I said that already. I already said this. Oh, God. What is knowledge and where does it come from? It's hardly it's a stupid, I'm sorry, it is a stupid question. It's a description of reality. Obviously it comes from reality. That's where knowledge comes from. Reality. Reality is a way. We model the way as abstract words representing things in the reality, and then we describe it. So we remodel it in the form of language, symbolic representations. There, we're done. Empiricism or rationalism? Well, no, there's only one thing, right? There's accurate and inaccurate. Yeah, no philosophers ever talked about that. I don't care what philosophers talk about, frankly. Okay, most of them are douchebags and morons. I don't know why he's posting the title of the video. But anyway, it's a cat, so... Well, it's a mouse or a cat, I don't know. The Australian Aborigines lived without money for 6,000 years. Oh, people are so stupid. Civilization is a limitless multiplication of unnecessary necessities. That doesn't even make any sense. They didn't live... Money isn't anything, okay? Money is barter. So the Aboriginals had barter. They had property and they exchanged it. The only thing money does is provide you a mechanism to facilitate barter. Money has no intrinsic value. It's just a representation of this equals that. So it's a way of trading multiply different things through one mechanism, so you don't have to sit there and cut sheep in half or do any kind of other nonsense. You have some kind of system to do your trading. It facilitates barter. That's all money is, retard. And the problem is that our barter has included promises on future labor. So people are bartering with contracts saying, I will pay, give me the money today and I will pay you in the future. You know, with work. Alright? That's what debt is. And they've been bartering a bunch of promises that can't be kept. They're bullshit promises. There's no collateral. They've promised, I'm going to do 10 years work to pay you what I owe you. They're not going to do 10 days work. It's a lie. So it's fake money. They've lied and they've bought something real with lie barter. So it's the lies behind the money that makes the money evil, not the money. The money's not the problem. It's the lies that have been used to trade on the money. Oh, stupid fuck. So somebody says, not true, they have minimal Holocaust and nuclear disasters, though, whatever that means. Yeah, well, somebody pointed out, morbid atheists pointed out, yeah, they die when they're, 5 years old, and, of the flu. Yeah, so, yeah, it's so much cooler not being in civilization. Alright, so anyway, that's the end of this little pile of comments. So enough said, I suppose. I don't think there's anything else relevant. They did harass the fuck out of this other guy, which was kind of just disgusting. You know, the guy who actually did post one of my links back on the page and has been very polite, and they basically just harassed him. The fuck said, shut up or else. I mean, these people really are just terrible. They're awful, evil, fucking bastards. And somebody ought to stop them. And maybe that somebody has to be me. I really just don't. I mean, the courts are so bad. Judges are such corrupt, motherfucking lazy douchebags. I really hate the idea of going back into that fucking cunt, slimy, lawyer lying system again. But what are the alternatives, right? We don't have justice. We don't have honesty anywhere. Everybody is such a lying piece of fucking shit. Ugh. God, all I can say is I just hate this planet. I hate these scummy humans. These despicable fucking creeps. So anyway. Till the next time and such. So forth and whatnot. Yeah. But it's funny though, reading that Fadio page. Because he got caught up in this wacky religion, and he was really good friends with Newton, and there's no real good explanation about what happened. Maybe Newton had a lot of, mental issues, and so maybe he just went nutty, and that's where the relationship went all funny because Newton went crazy. But anyway, this Fadio guy, he gets caught up in this weird religion, and they actually pilloried him like 3 times. Pillory, because his religion was, predicting bad news for the monarch and that kind of stuff. So the queen didn't like it, I guess. And then he was in prison in another country for 6 months for his, these religious views. It's just kind of funny that they put people in jail for that kind of shit back then. Not having the queen's religion. Anyway, really just, but yeah, that's what you do to scientists, pillory them. Yeah, it's a great idea. So this is, they put in recent activity, 1965, right? So that's as good as they could do. Richard Feynman examined the mechanism primarily as an example to attempt to explain complicated physical law. So again, this is a lecture, a TV lecture, a TV show, essentially. And, Feynman did this simplistic analysis, and this is, oh, so ends that theory, And his basically his argument was, if you run in the rain, more rain will hit you in the front. And he's a physicist. And people complain about my metaphors. Oh, amazing. Patience, Gary. Just a matter of time. Yeah. The truth will win in the end, Gary. It'll win. Okay, until next time.